men with ties to recording artist Rod Wave are in jail.
Whoever these people are, they decided they were going to shoot into a crowd.
We recovered 2 assault rifles, 2 pounds of marijuana, and a great deal of evidence that we're going to utilize in this case as we move forward.
Rapper Rod Wave was actually incorrectly arrested by Manatee County Sheriff's Office in the aftermath of the raid.
March 31st, 2024, it was Easter Sunday, and a St. Petersburg detective was notified of a quadruple shooting at the Sonic Sports Bar and Lounge on 49th Street. 2 females and 2 males were shot, while 6 vehicles were struck by gunfire. A 17-year-old girl spoke with detectives at the hospital, stating she was shot in the left arm while running away and did not see the shooters. A 28-year-old female stated she ran from the scene, only to realize after she'd been shot in the shoulder. A 25-year-old male advised he was outside in a large group when he heard gunfire and ran, later realizing he'd been shot in the ankle. And the same would be said for a 26-year-old male who was shot in the arm and hand. The initial shooting happened on the northeast side of the restaurant, and a total of 44 shell casings would be found at the scene, fired from 9mm and .357 caliber handguns. The detective would be notified of video surveillance that not only captured the shooting, but the vehicle that fled the scene with the shooters inside. A blue 2023 Infiniti SUV could be seen arriving and parking at the restaurant. The vehicle was registered to Rodarius Green, aka Rod Wave, the multi-platinum rapper from St. Pete. 32-year-old Elias Torres could be seen exiting the driver door, while 24-year-old Christopher Atkins, 24-year-old Willie Cookinson, 20-year-old Kevontre Wesby, and 21-year-old Keith Wesby walk across the street to meet him. Elias can be seen pointing east towards where the shooting would happen moments later. The group would start walking over to where he pointed when everyone opened fire except for Elias. Look at him. All 5 men would then get into the SUV as Elias drove off. The detective would state in the affidavit he's familiar with all 5 suspects, as he's been conducting an investigation into OMN, BOC, and the YG gangs and associates since March of 2022. 2 covert surveillance cameras have been monitoring a home located on Palm Avenue North to develop intelligence and further the investigation. The detective has spent hours watching the cameras and has viewed all listed suspects numerous times on a daily basis, coming and going from the home. The detective has even had face-to-face interactions with 3 of the 5 suspects. On top of that, all of their social media accounts have been monitored, including posts from within 24 hours of the shooting showing all 5 suspects wearing the same clothes and jewelry. On April 1st, the detective would review surveillance video from the house under investigation. 14 minutes after the shooting, the blue SUV pulled into the driveway as multiple individuals exited and entered the home. Because it was after 11 p.m. at night, Elias was the only one able to be identified as he exited the driver's seat and entered. The home itself was 16 minutes away from the shooting scene, leading the detective to believe they drove directly to the house under surveillance immediately after the shooting. Probable cause would be established to charge the 4 shooters with second-degree attempted murder, while Elias was charged with principal to second-degree attempted murder. The principal theory under Florida law means you don't have to be the primary participant of a crime to be equally guilty of the crime. While Elias didn't shoot, he pointed in the direction of where the shooting would take place beforehand, walked over and watched the shooting take place, then fled the scene with the shooting suspects. One of the shooters were on bond, while 2 others were convicted felons, leading to additional charges being filed against them. A search warrant was signed and executed on the home, in which 2 men were arrested.
Let me get this straight. They all crash outs. Everybody crash outs. Everybody. The whole gang. I mean, I'm saying, the whole, I'm saying, like, head ass. What the heck?
One of them who shares the same last name as Rod Wave.
And this nigga got millions. You got a millionaire friend?
Would be found inside of the home, while a BMW would also be found on the side of the home, and would later be linked to several other
money don't
shootings
equal sense, man.
That vehicle was also registered to Rod Wave. Detectives would later
Niggas
learn of
on
another
private
home
jets,
in Palmetto
nigga.
that would be searched, and inside would be more firearms, ammunition, cash, and jewelry.
All that was
Both
not
of these
that serious,
homes
bro.
were being rented by
It wasn't
Rod
that
Wave.
deep.
3 days before
For
the
y'all niggas
shooting,
to crash
Rod
out like
Wave
that.
posted a picture to Instagram wearing his Florida Boy pendant over his ATR pendant. Both of these would be confiscated in the searches. Kevontre, Keith, and Christopher would be identified by police as members of the YGs or Young Gangsters, and Christopher can be seen on Instagram also wearing ATR pendants. Rod Wave is known for claiming ATR as his own clique, with ATR standing for Addicted to Racks. Now to clarify,
Addicted to
there's no
Racks.
evidence
Yeah, it is.
ATR is a gang, and it isn't being investigated as a gang, but Rod Wave is being investigated for his ties to the YGs. Rod Wave would be arrested for being a felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition, but would be released shortly after it was determined he wasn't even a felon. Come to find out, Rod Wave had previously been charged with a felony, but later pled to a misdemeanor, and the police barely looked into it before placing him under arrest. A photo would hit social media showing the rapper within Manatee County Jail taking a photo with one of the employees inside the booth. So it appears Rod didn't have too bad of a time in there. But the news of his arrest, along with the video of the shooting
nigga
being
famous,
released,
nigga.
left the blogs alleging
you
that
Rod
it was
Wave,
actually
I love you,
Rod
I
Wave
love
in the
you.
video
I love
as
you,
the
Rod
shooting
Wave.
went down. I mean, it was really just the fact there was a few skinny
love you,
shooters and
Rod
a fat
Wave.
guy, so everyone assumed it was Rod.
I get a piece?
Even though the news reported
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Elias, whose arrest paperwork states he's 5'9" and 400 pounds, the
400
blogs either didn't do their
pounds.
homework or figured the clickbait would be better. So while Rod Wave is free,
Hey, they
it
say
doesn't
Rod Wave
eliminate
about
the
350.
possibility of another issue in the future.
Hey, bro.
A 2-year gang investigation into a known violent gang that has
Oh,
been
no,
using
man. I'm
your
scared. I'd be
cars and
scared
houses
to
to
push
commit
300.
shootings, stash weapons,
I'm about
and stash
260,
drugs
255,
sounds like the
260.
grounds for a possible RICO. And the feds don't even need to be involved, as Florida is one of the few
got that
states
money.
that has its own RICO charge. St. Pete police had already said more arrests are expected
niggas
to come,
being dumb,
and
bro.
at this time,
Can't be doing dumb
Keith
stuff,
Wesby
bro.
is still wanted for the Easter shooting. Police have also said the shooting stemmed from Elias having a problem with someone else and calling the 4 other men. If that's the case, it would seem the police are alleging Elias directed the 4 other men to commit the shooting. Elias can be seen in multiple pictures with Rod Wave and the other suspects, and it's believed Elias is actually Rod Wave's road manager. At the time,
he the
all
manager
5 men are
doing
charged
that?
with offenses that under
on,
Florida
man.
law are punishable by life, and with no parole in the state, a life sentence means a prison death.
Whoa.
Now this is a lot to take in, and at the end of the day, I'm a realist. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Rod Wave didn't do shit. He didn't do anything. He went to jail on some fluke shit because the police didn't even look into the fact that he wasn't a felon. Whatever. They said that there was some ammunition left out in one of the homes. They tried to get him with that instead of the multiple guns that were in the homes. I'm not sure how the fuck that plays out. But either way, Rod Wave didn't do anything. The issue is the people he's hanging around, his team. This could be the team that's just with him traveling,
Crash
music
outs,
videos,
crash outs.
friends he grew up with, whatever. He has 2 vehicles rented, 2 houses rented. The shooters in this case have been using one of these houses, and one of the vehicles was used to flee the scene of the shooting. That right there is a problem. I'm not sure if they could charge him, because it's like, yo, that's my manager. I let him use a car that I rent, whatever. I didn't know that they were doing shit with the car. I didn't know that the other cars wanted in multiple shootings. I had no idea about that. I didn't know that there was pounds in there. I just rented a place for my team. Whatever my team did, me personally, I don't feel like the responsibility falls on Rod Wave whatsoever. And I'm sure he got the money to have a lawyer express the same thing. But that doesn't mean Florida is going to look at it the same way. And if they've been investigating gangs in St. Pete, or more specifically the people he's associated with, for 2 years now, Normally, they don't do 2-year investigations just for a simple arrest. They're investigating you for 2 years because they're building up an entire case. So when they come and smack down, there's an overwhelming amount of evidence they're able to use to put you away. Now, the RICO in Florida, I believe, carries like 20 years itself.
What?
Never mind the quadruple shooting, attempted murder, that would be just one count of the RICO. Now, they seized up all the jewelry and everything in the house. Really, the only explanation was we saw them wearing the jewelry. We knew it was them because we could see jewelry on the shooting surveillance, whatever. In my opinion, they're taking away your means to defend yourself. We know you got jewelry. We know you got cash. You better have some money in the bank. Otherwise, we're taking everything that you could use or sell to hire a defense team. Now, as far as Rod Wave goes, I mean, he's a millionaire. He's a platinum artist. You got to be careful with who you're hanging around.
Got to be smarter, bro.
Forward, now that he knows what's going on, he definitely got to be tiptoeing through St. Pete. I'm surprised he actually hasn't gotten up out of St. Pete. But at the end of the day, we don't know where this is going to go. They're saying more arrests are going to come. Hopefully none of this falls on Rod Wave.
Yeah, man, that'd be terrible, bro. Hopefully, just chill, man. Cut that. Sometimes you gotta cut ties, bro. Just cause just cause they family doesn't mean they have to go with you to the top. Simple. You know what I'm saying? Some people, we just trees and people just leaves. And when the time is over, bro. Move on, move forward. Especially if a nigga not trying to change his life. You know what I'm saying? If you got millions, bro, you supposed to be a big homie. You know what I'm saying? Or at least you could use your money as leverage to, y'all need to listen to what I'm saying. Like, you feel me? Like, come on, man. Y'all need to tighten up. Come on, let's chill all that. Let's get some money. Let's start some businesses. Let me show y'all how to do that. I'm about to invest. You know what I'm saying? If you really want them around you, you feel me? Because all that extra stuff is not worth it and not cool. And now they just crashed out just because I'm with Rod Wave or they feel some type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we that nigga. Like, I don't know, man. That shit crazy. I don't know. When I was watching DJ Academics was talking about he gonna get a RICO and stuff. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how this play out. Hopefully he don't. Hopefully, he be cool. That nigga got a lot of fans, bro. Yeah, I was I'm not really a fan of singing, so it was kind of hard for me to really get on Rod Wave. But he do got a couple hits that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? That I can say like, damn, that's a good song. You know what I mean? So it just each his own. But you know what I mean? It is what it is. Your boy Kevin, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And I'll be back, man, for sure.